it's Jamie with Lilli Pad Gifts, and I wanted to go over with you on how to make a embroidered sweatshirt from the beginning to the end. This is one of our most popular designs that I sell on Etsy, and it's Make Heaven Crowded, and we're gonna put it on a gray sweatshirt. And I've already taken it to the heat press and pressed out all of the lines, how they come boxed up. It's just, I like my things not to be wrinkled whenever I'm working with them. And I also like to give them to my customers nice and pressed and not wrinkled. So I go ahead and do that in the beginning. So now we're going to add our design. I print out all of my designs and I attach them to the sweatshirt or bag or whatever I'm embroidering on. That way I know exactly where I'm putting it. I can line it up. I know on the machine that it's going to stitch out in the spot I want it to. So it's just a good habit to go ahead and print out all of your designs and then attach them to your items before you start embroidering. Okay, the size I need for this particular design is 9.5 by 12.5 for my stabilizer. And these mats are awesome for this kind of thing. So I'm just going to cut my 12.5. Since my stabilizer is kind of long, I can get 2 pieces if I do it this way, and then cut it 9.5. I like to go a little over 9.5, but either way, I got one of my pieces for one sweatshirt, and then we'll go ahead and cut it for another one because I'll be making more than one of these. Okay, now I've got my medium cutaway stabilizer cut. Okay, so now we're at our sweatshirt and I have it laid out on my table. I'm going to get my little ruler here. It's my teed up ruler. It kind of helps me find my center of my sweatshirt. I just put it on the sweatshirt and make sure it's lined up with the collar, kind of straight on your table. And then once you have your center, I know on this design, the cross is my center. So I'm just going to shove that under there. And then once I find my center, I'm usually around, I come 3 from the bottom of the collar. I come down about 3 to 3.25 inches. Puts it on a good spot on the chest. And then I move that. And then I get my pins. And I pin it down onto the sweatshirt. Once I have it pinned down, I will go through and make sure that I haven't pinned the bottom to the top, because we don't need that. We need it only on the top. Okay, looks like everything is good. So then, now that I have, got my little pin there. Now that I have it pinned on my sweatshirt, we're going to take it over and get it hooped up. I like to use a medium cutaway stabilizer behind this. So on any clothing, you will want to use a medium to heavy cutaway stabilizer on sweatshirts, t-shirts, things like that. You just want to have that stability behind it. So anyway, I'm gonna go get that cut up and I'll take you over to the Hoop Master and we'll go from there. Okay, so now we're at the Mighty Hoop Station. If you don't have one of these, you definitely want to get one. And I will post the link to the website below so you can look at getting the Mighty Hoop Station. This one is adjustable, so it fits all different types of hoops. This one that I'm using today is a 5 by 10.3. Let's see if I can get it closer. There we go. And this one is perfect for the project that we're doing. And then I have a little trick. So if you look right down here at the bottom, you can see that I got a pencil and I marked 9.5 by 12.5 because that is what I need to cut my stabilizer for it to work well with this particular hoop. So now that I've cut my 9.5 by 12.5, this is a medium cutaway stabilizer. I am going to place it center on top, snap it down, and now it's ready for my sweatshirt. So now I'm going to pull my sweatshirt over the hoop, and you have a line that goes down. However, I just kind of pull it, but not stretchy, just kind of pull it where it's tight. So I can get you a little closer here. There we go. And so once you have that where you feel like it's centered in your hoop, I kind of press it a little bit down so I make sure that I'm not too close to the bottom or too close to the top. It also allows me to make sure that my line is straight across with my design. So it kind of helps with keeping your design straight also. And then if you need to tweak it any, you just do that. So once you have it in your hoop and you feel like it's straight and it's going to be good, then you get the top. The warning label goes at the top. So I kind of get it on the bottom and then snap it down. Some people just put it right on. I feel like I have more control when I do it like that. So then it just unclicks and you can pull it off of the station and we are ready to put it on the machine. So now let's take it over to the machine so we can watch it do its magic. Okay, so now I'm at the machine, and one thing that you might want to get if you don't have one for your machine is this tubular hoop support. This is a support that kind of just clicks on for your hoop. It helps stabilize, just kind of helps this not fall down so much. It helps it kind of stay up. So it's nice to have. I do have my bobbin thread. I made sure that had plenty of thread in it and nothing is caught up underneath. And my design is in my machine ready to go. And so with this particular machine, it's going to scan it for me. Okay, so now you can see in my machine, it has scanned it. So now I can move my design on here to be as close as I can to the scanned design. And due to the paper just not being completely flat, it's not going to line up exactly perfect. So you just have to, I like to zoom in a little bit. I zoom in, and so I have to move it down a little bit, but if I move it down too much, then it looks like the top is kind of sticking up. So you just have to put it as close as you can where you feel like it. I mean, as long as it's centered, then you'll be fine. Okay, where my cross looks centered. And then that's a little bit above, that's a little below. So I feel like it's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna get out of that. And I always save my design in case the power goes out, in case something were to turn off, something happened, I can go right back to my memory and find where I left off. So I'm gonna hit memory, saved it, embroidery, and the color I want is going to be on number 3. So I changed I moved the machine over to number 3, but then down here I also had to change it to where the machine reads to use the number 3 thread up here. So I'll come try and show you anyway. Okay, so now that I'm there, I am going to send the design out so I can take my paper off, because we obviously don't want to embroider over the paper. So now that I have it lined up where I want it, I'm gonna take my paper off, and then I just kind of get my pencil and just do that. Okay, and so now it's ready to go. I do slow my machine down. A lot of people like to run it faster. My machine's on 600 stitches per minute. I'll show you right here. 600 stitches per minute, but some people put up to 7. I feel like, yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but it stitches out really nicely whenever I just kind of slow it down. So now that I have it ready, I'm going to unlock it and push start. Okay, so that's it. We're going to just let it run, let it stitch out. Here's a little bit of the progress on our sweatshirt. And let me get it down a little bit. It's looking so good. One of my favorite designs, one of the most popular, and it stitches out so nicely. Okay, it's finished. So, yay! I'm so excited. It looks so good. I know it's like not in the best lighting right now, but yeah, so let's take it off this and go check it out. Okay, so now we have it back at my little workstation, and we're going to just take this off, pull this out, and before we cut the inside off, actually, let me show you. It's so cute. Ah! Okay, so we're gonna go over to the heat press, and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so now we are at the heat press, and I am waiting for it to heat up. So, but for now, we're going to go ahead and cut around our stabilizer. These, not to drop them, Fiskars scissors. The smaller ones I feel like are the best. I have a bigger pair too, just for cutting fabric. But anyway, I love these. I will post those in a link below also. And then, so I just kind of go around getting, you know, somewhat close, about 1/4 of an inch away from the embroidery. Obviously not too close to where I don't cut the embroidery, but I just kind of glide my scissors. And I try to do rounded, not so much pointy. And if it's pointy, I just kind of try to round it a little bit. So then once it's heated up, we'll press it on this side, and then we'll flip it right side out, and we'll press it on the other side, and we'll be done. Okay, let's just press that down. Just enough to kind of help soften and flatten that stabilizer. And then turn it right side out. Put it back on. And then just long enough to press it nice and flat. And then you are all finished. So, turn it this way a little bit. Sorry, trying to get it straight here. I have to bend down a little bit. But yes, so one of the favorites. I've sold a ton of these because they're just perfect. And of course, we need to make Heaven Crowded. Have a great day.